We are gearing up for what is going to be a critical race. It's time for the F2 Sprint. Previously on Formula 2.
Qualifying at the Temple of Speed is always about fine margins, and with 30 points between the top 5 in the championship, there was lots at stake as we rolled out after the summer break and into the final 4 rounds. There would be 2 stoppages to these sessions as the 2 home heroes, Gabriele Mini and Leo Fornaroli, both came to a stop, and as we went out into the final.
We are all set to get going then here at Monza for the sprint race of all sprint races. The Temple of Speed is going to deliver once more exactly why this place is too hot to tame. Welcome one and all to the great race. So here we go again. It's round 16 of the 2025 campaign. Let's see what we're going to have coming into it as well. Omi, looking around the circuit as well. 21 laps for the sprint race. This place is awesome, and it's going to be so fast.
It will be indeed one of the great motor racing circuits, and we have Formula 2 taking centre stage in between FP3 and Formula 1 qualifying.
Taking a look at the tyre compounds, the soft and super soft are going to be the 2 here for this weekend as well. Then we'll go in further. It's a low downforce track, so high fuel consumption coming into it as well. And then also going in with a medium tyre usage. Well, I mean, we're gearing up for what's going to be another cracking race, I feel, as well. What are your thoughts coming into today?
I think it's going to be a chaotic and good Formula 2 sprint race, and I think that's exactly what we want to see as well. Sami Megatune starting in 2nd place, but it is the Swedish driver of Gina Beganovic starting on pole position, and Fornaroli home favourite as well in 3rd. But yes, yesterday was a day full of drama for the championship contenders. Fornaroli's got a great opportunity to win the contest from 3rd as well, considering our top 2 don't always find themselves fighting at the front, so a great opportunity for Fornaroli, and Dougson could be one to watch as well after being a contender here 1 year ago in the FIA Formula 2 Sprint, and also the feature race as well in 2024.
It's going to be a big weekend as well coming into this one. Omi, if you could please take us through the starting grid and how everyone lines up coming into today.
Absolutely, a very interesting starting grid indeed. You've got a Trident starting in 2nd, but you've got a Trident starting all the way in 22nd place. Max Esterson finding himself next to Sebastian Montoya, who is his 21st position, and record deal was reverse grid pole here 1 year ago in 2024. He's all the way down in 20th today, and he is next to Shields, who's in P19 as well. And then we find ourselves with Miata next to John Bennett. They have 18th and 17th on the grid as well. And then Villa Gomez finds himself in P16 next to Gabriele Mini, who stopped in qualifying, meaning he'll be starting P15 for both races this weekend. And then in 14th place, we find ourselves with Richard Verschoor, our championship contender. Found himself in the barrier at the end of qualifying. It means his fastest lap time was deleted, so he's down to 14th for both races. Pepe Marti is in 13th, and then it's Victor Martins in 12th, and Jack Crawford is in 11th place for Dam's Lucas Oil. And then it is Luke Browning in 10th. And Kush Miney will start on the front row for tomorrow's race. He's reversed down to 9th today. And then we have Roman Stanek in 8th. He's next to Ollie Goethe, who will go from 7th place. And then it's Alex Dunn next to Arvid Lindblad, the Red Bull Junior, with lots of eyes on him as well. In a chance of getting to Formula 1 in the future, Dirksen finds himself in 4th. Leonardo Fornaroli is in 3rd. And then it is going to be Sami Megatunev and Dino Beganovic. They share the front row of the grid, and there's a chance for the Ferrari-backed driver to win in his team's, of course, home race with Ferrari's affiliation. So he's got a great chance of doing that as the grandstands begin to get packed out there as well. And the formation lap begins then as the drivers set off now and get ready to make their way through. Let's hope we can get them all off the line.
They're not all going to get off the line. Sami Megatunev has stalled from 2nd on the grid. Now he's refired the engine to get going. But he was so close, Omi, that he will be able to retake the field.
Luckily, he will be able to get himself back into position. That's the main thing. Could everyone get going? Vishal, of course, who had the crash when it came to qualifying yesterday, he's trying to get his foot to the floor as well at the moment as he gets himself up and going, and he'll definitely need a good result. But Sami Megatunev, that was nearly hopes fading away for him.
Let's hear then from our top 3.
If you cause the red flag, the stewards can deem that you lose your fastest lap to that red flag. And that's what happened to Richard Vachon. It's reversed him down to P14.
Well, let's hear then from our top 3. Leo Fornaroli trying to become the first Italian winner here in Formula 2 since 2017. Let's hear from the top 3 now, starting with the home hero.
The plan will be for sure to try to score a win or take as many points as possible, collect good data for the future race, have a nice start, nice tire management, and then we'll see what will happen.
We need to be on point with the setup adaptation for the race conditions, and if it's the case, I'll fight very hard.
It's not an easy task, but it's the best possible place you can start if you want to win the race. So yeah, just looking to focus on the start for tomorrow, and then after that I have won here in Monza before, so I got that experience with me and that mentality, and I'm definitely going for that win.
Our top 3, Omi, as we get ready to go down towards turn number 1. This is going to be a critical race, I feel.
Yes, a critical race, and the drivers will try and set themselves up best as possible. And the high-tech team looking down on the pit wall as well, as are Trident at the moment. So all still to play for, and these drivers, yes, a critical race. It is always a hard race for Formula 2 around this circuit, so it is very, very important to try and get it right.
First corner, remember. Fornaroli 154, Crawford 137, Vachon 135, Browning 125, Alexander Dunn 124, even Marty and Lindblad still in it on 97 and 92. And Omi, this is going to be a wild run to the championship, but this is a critical race, especially with the poor qualifying performances of several drivers yesterday.
Yep, it's an important race, and it means the drivers have to get on with it and try and make up some ground as well. We had Bortoletto do a last to first here around Monza in the feature race as well. This is the sprint race though, so less time, no pit stops to play with, so it's a lot more harder to do, but we've got some history of drivers making their way from the back all the way to the front.
21 laps ahead of us then, down to the first corner. Last driver of Max Esterson coming into position alongside Sebastian Montoya. Sami Megatunev has retaken second position. So it's all quiet now as we get ready. The engines are on tick over. Medical car is at the back. The man with the green flag waves, and we look to the light procedure. 5 red lights will come on. There'll be a pause of up to 3 seconds, and then we'll be underway. Lights out, we're underway. Good start coming through actually from Leonardo Forlaroni. He's going to try and slot between the two at the front. Hasn't worked out. Bogdanovic leads Megatunev down to turn one. Alexander Dunn under pressure as Ollie Gertz trying around the outside. Megatunev trying to have a run on Bogdanovic. Ollie Organ again through the Retafilio. There's a few puffs of brakes. There's one of the AAXs having to go out wide. I think it's Clan Shields, but it's a great start from Dino Bogdanovic, and they all look so slow, Omi, coming down to the Curta Grande for the first time, but it is leading the race for Bogdanovic as Megatunev's under pressure from Forlaroni on the inside line and should have that move down to the braking zone.
Nice move there from Forlaroni, championship leader going through Dirksen over the road, through the second chicane as well, as he's going to now find himself rejoining in a battle with Ollie Gertha, and he'll lose that battle to Ollie Gertha as well, who's going to go charging around the outside, and he'll take that position. You've got the two Red Bull Juniors together out there on the circuit at the moment, but they've all actually made it work as well through the first sector, so it's all clean at the moment, unlike Formula 3 earlier on.
They're all clean at the moment. That's the best thing to come into it. Everyone making it through safely, everyone making it through A-OK, but we've still got some side-by-side battling as Richard Verschaw nearly goes up towards skywards, but he's got through on the inside line, Amy, but still, Martins did not want to back out of that one.
Yep, Martins having to let that position go for the moment, but you know he's going to immediately try and fight back as the Snake makes their way down towards Parabolica, and it's Bogdanovic leading the way. Stanek trying to make the move as well on Dirksen.
He's got through on the inside line. A really poor start from Joshua Dirksen as they come out of Parabolica. Over the line once more. Now the slipstreaming party begins. Who's going to have who down towards the Retafilio? Look at that. Bogdanovic, he leads by about 0.6 of a second, but even he's still having to weave. DRS is activated this time by as well. So everyone's going to have it into the braking zone. Side by side, Stanek trying to go through on the inside line. Off Dirksen into turn one. Dirksen's going to try and defend as much as he can. Stanek trying to look for a way through. So is Alexander Dunn. And there's more problems still going on further back. Was that a car around? I can't see. No, it's a crane. There we go. Continue on.
Absolutely. At the moment,
No,
Martin
no,
popping into
no!
the damage. There's the contact.
And he's spinning round, round and round, and he should be able to get going. The gravel track's not that deep, but has to get the engine going. Yellow flag now on the circuit, I mean, but that was a big one there through the Curta Grande. And unfortunately, Mini goes round.
Yeah, Dunn finding himself with big trouble there at the moment as well. So it was Alex Dunn who pushed Maney off onto that gravel. And Maney will surely be out of the race. Safety cars deployed. Look at this. Dunn's going to absolutely throw Maney right over to the grass. Maney tries to keep his foot in, and round goes the car. Everyone made their way through the opening lap, and then the chaos happens. I did notice some damage possibly for Martins. We'll try and look for the end plate to see whether there's any front wing damage for him, but I don't think it's intact. I don't think it's looking proper. So when we get an angle of Victor Martin's car, I just want to see whether that was just the first sight thing, as well as he'll make his way through. But for Dunn, definitely a bit of trouble could be coming his way as well, depending on what the stewards say.
Safety cars out there, lap 2 of 21. Still a lot of problems coming through. I'm not really surprised that that's been the factor. I'm sure you're not, but Kushmani out of the race then, unfortunately getting forced out wide. Oh, that's the way the cookie crumbles, I'm afraid.
It is indeed. I remember Kushmani actually had a DNF around this part of the circuit in 2023 in the feature race as well, as he was battling that day in what was quite a chaotic weekend 2023. The safety car now gets the field as they enter lap number 3 of the race. But Forlaroni's got a chance to win this. He's got a chance to win his home race as well, and that will mean quite a lot to him. A very talented driver, of course, Leonardo Forlaroni, the championship leader, and trying to get going with a win. But yeah, Alex Dunn, I mean, he's got raw speed, but there can always be forms of trouble. Now, looking back at the start, we mentioned everyone kept it quite clean at the front of the field, but Dunn actually was very nearly into the side of another driver. So that was Gertha, who was battling with down into the first turn. It's going to be Megatunov for us to go around the outside. Lockup's plenty behind. They will all make their way through. Martins, as I mentioned, got some form of end plate damage. I'm still trying to see whether we can get any looks of that. This was, meanwhile, Forlaroni absolutely going for it up against Megatunov. He knew he had to make the move, and that is exactly that he did as they threw it into the second chicane, much more deeper on the brakes, and he's going to keep it on the road, and that is exactly how you overtake here at the Temple of Speed at Monza as well, as we now take a look at a replay of that moment once more.
Yeah, just now completely out of control, out of pressure as well. I mean, it's such a daft move to do this early on in the race, isn't it? And now they're both out of it.
Yeah, trouble for Maney as we mentioned. That will be a huge disappointment. A driver who's definitely not had the campaign that he would have wanted. Who's of course had the win in Monaco, the sprint race there, but other than that, it's not been any highs like that. This was on board with the story. He's going to see the chaos happening right in front of him, and he'll be able to keep his foot pinned and go from 14th on the grid to 11th by the time that he got down to the second chicane on lap number 2 it was at the time as well. But yeah, a huge disappointment finding the wall for Vachour in qualifying yesterday as he gets rid of a tear off as well.
Safety car is out then, and the field will progress behind it. Let's check in quickly with the world feed.
Here we see it again.
There was no room there. Yeah, copy.
Saw that coming.
Well, we'll see what the stewards think. It's not yet under investigation, actually, that moment. But one would expect they'll at least have a look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision. They're going to look at me, but whether or not they'll do anything is a different matter. The stewards these days have not been that great.
Yeah, a bit inconsistent from what we've seen in the past. Now, Victor Martins, I mean, they're showing the front wing in the pit lane and the ART, but I want to see, what is that front wing on the circuit like as well? Because, as I've mentioned, I'm still trying to see a shot of the number 14 Victor Martins Williams Jr. car to confirm whether he has got the damage or not.
9 times out of 10, though, isn't it?
Yep, there it is.
Yeah,
there it
it's
is.
got damage.
We've got it. We have got the shot finally coming our way. We were waiting for that moment, and finally they give us it. Right, okay, so that's end plate damage for him there as well. And I can see the done conversations continue on. And here we go. This is why you lost it. So he just basically makes contact with the Red Bull Junior on the exit of Lismo 2, that was.
Great eye spotting skills. You should be at Wimbledon with that. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. The World Superbike race, by the way, at Manicure is underway, and we're about to have our coverage of all of the action. JT's now just said, I was meant to do pictures. Somebody remind him. So, we'll continue in with lap 21 of the race. Will be the total distance. Safety car is in this lap. So we will go back to green flag. Go on, Amy.
Yes, we will go back to green flag indeed. And, well, let's see how this one's going to go then. 21 remain. We've already had carnage.
There we go. Sorry, it went wrong. My monitor's going wrong up here in the comms box. I have no monitor. Something's gone wrong. I've lost you.
Wow.
Oh, okay. This is going to be fun. As you head back to green flag running. Ready for a restart procedure coming up shortly. As we will go back to green. Amy, go for it. You can still be heard.
Absolutely, here we go. Green flags are flying in the FIA Formula 2 Championship, and Dino Beganovic with Fornaroli closing in. And meanwhile, we're also wheel-to-wheel. Megatunif having to defend up against Lindblad. Fornaroli tucks in as he goes for the race lead. It's going to be a huge lock-up from Fornaroli. He'll go straight on, and he'll surely have to give the lead back as well. But it will be Beganovic who will rejoin the road as well, and he'll surely be reinstated to the lead. Fornaroli will have to get out of it, and that'll be Beganovic back to P1 as Lindblad made the move and got past Megatunif on that occasion as well, down towards the first corner. Fornaroli immediately wants to try and retake that position. Into the second chicane we go, and it'll be Beganovic, Fornaroli, Lindblad, our top 3. Megatunif down to 4th, and then it's Goethe, Dirksen, Stanek, and then Dunn, Crawford, and Vachour. That's our top 10 after the changes came, and Fornaroli continues on. But I wonder what state his tyres will be in after that moment.
So, terrible restart for him, but we'll see where it all goes later in this race. It is lap 5 of 21. We completed 4 out of total. There is 35 minutes left on the clock. Omi is going to be taking you through the end of this race, by the way, as a heads up, as I'll disappear over. Oh, hang on. See what's happening here now? Discord's gone, the cameras have gone completely wrong up here. Something's gone wrong with the monitor that we're using. So I've no idea what's happening. So as we try and fix that at the present moment, Omi, it is lap 5 of the race and there's more action going on.
There is Browning trying to make the move as well as we went into the Parabolica. And here we go. It is going to be super tight as Mini's going to get a chance as well to try and go on the attack. Meanwhile, Fornaroli getting himself closer and closer to the race lead as well.
I thought he was going to go around the outside there. He's just so much under the brake. Look out, 3 wide, further back. And that's Gabriel Mini trying to go around the outside of Browning. And Jose Maria Marti. He only gets ahead of Browning, though. Marti was just far ahead. Dunn's moved ahead of Stanek. And now we're seeing battle is Alexander Dunn and Stanek side by side with each other now. Still holding on as they come down into the Dalla Roggia chicane. Dunn stays ahead. Stanek holding back. Crawford's in there too. Richard Shaw just behind. Martin's been, and Mini Instant noted for forcing another driver off the track at turn 2. It's not too bad there. Yeah,
Indeed.
Go on.
Absolutely. 7/10 out there as well as we go back to this replay of the safety car restart. Fornaroli tried to go for it, but then a huge lockup as he hit the brakes. We usually see quite a few lockups down there for drivers to try and make that much of a move, and it just doesn't want to work. And there was Victor Martins, forced out wide. He's had a troubling start.
Let's take a look once more. This is Alexander Dunn into braking, used to the inside line, last of the late breakers. Oh, that was so close to go. Now, would he have been deemed to have forced him off the track there? I don't think he would. I think that's just borderline okay.
Absolutely.
It's on the cusp, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely on the cusp. Let's see whether Fornaroli can take the lead this time by.
Round the outside, Bogdanovic tries to swing back over. He's in a difficult position to go onto the brakes. Can't do anything down to the braking zone. Mine is on Arvid Lindblad running in 3rd position. Fast lap on the race so far, 134.530. And he's holding back 3rd position ever so nicely as well. He doesn't seem to be under too much attack.
Here we go. AIX car of Dirksen with a chance to get past Megatuniv into the 2nd chicane. That would be brave. And he's trying to keep his foot in, but Megatuniv just squeezes him out enough to make sure that there wasn't an opportunity. What about Dunn on Dirksen as well? Does Dunn try to send this as he's also on the back, and you know Dunn's going to take every opportunity he gets?
Montoya's dropped back, but I think that was transponder. Yes, it was. Yeah, transponder issue for Sebastian Montoya. Browning and Martins, and now look at this. Dirkskin under pressure. We're on board with Alexander Dunn, who's on the back of Dirkskin as he comes down in towards Ascari. Is he looking for the inside line? Dirkskin's looking for a move as well on Megatuniv. That's not a position you want to overtake at so late into the braking zone. The inside just doesn't work. And now look at Fornaroli all over the back of Bogdanovic as they come in towards the Parabolica. So it'll be DRS down towards turn 1. That's going to be the good thing here, Omi. And I think Fornaroli this time by will get it. Look at the slipstream he's got already.
Should be easy. He's going to tuck in. DRS will go open and he should be by.
DRS open, slipping in, reeling in like a fish, pulls to the outside line. Bogdanovic tries that inside to go late on the brakes. Fornaroli shut the door on him, and it's an easy move with DRS, but Fornaroli locks up. That's going to compromise him at the exit. All the way down then, coming through the Curva Grande towards the Dalla Roggia chicane. Can Bogdanovic fight back? And one of the others flying off the circuit there as well for the MPs further back. Now that is going to be... Apparently Bennett's got off as well, the VAR 2 down, but still, Fornaroli taking the lead of the race.
Yeah, Fornaroli, megatone, nothing Bogdanovic could do, even whether he wanted to. And Dirksen finally makes the move as well on Megatuniv. He takes the place, and that was a good, tidy move there by him as the field and the rest of them continue to make their way through. Lindblad now looks to be really close onto the back of Bogdanovic. Lindblad has to get on with it if he wants to then go chase down Fornaroli, who's going to try break clear, but I mean, he may have made the overtake, but breaking clear is hard around this circuit.
Down we go in towards the braking zone. Just hooks that inside line through the Ascari chicane. Look at Lindblad drifting out sideways as well. He's kept his tyres in a lovely position. Can he find the braking zone on the inside? Not down to Parabolica. Quick wipe of the visor. 2 gears down. Might have gone down 3 there. He's in 4th at the moment. 5th gear. Up into 6th. Waiting. Now. DRS activated. Alexander Dunn's under investigation. Lindblad's going for it on the inside. Bogdanovic falling like a stone. This is an easy move for Arvid Lindblad. You can see the brake dust coming up from the calipers there as they get underneath into the Retafilio. Dunn's trying to go around the outside of Megatunov. He's forced Megatunov off and he's put them both out of the race. Off into the gravel trap they both go. Can they keep it going? Somehow we cut to that angle quite late, but they've both kept going. I thought Dunn's front wheel was put in, but they've both just gone for a chip through the gravel. But that was Dunn forcing Megatunov off, a bit like Hamilton and Montoya. Hamilton and Verstappen, I meant. Go on.
Oh my word, Dunn involved in more stuff, and yes, this is possibly now a championship for Alex Dunn. Completely, I mean, the chance completely fading away. It is, unfortunately, just mistake after mistake, error after error, contract after contract. Not necessarily already saying it's his fault, but it does seem like he's involved in contracts a lot more than others. Right, okay, let's see. Let's make our opinion then, whether this one was his fault as well. This comes up the inside, and it's just going to be wheel to wheel, and then Megatunov is going to come back over all out of shape. So it's a weird one.
Yeah, I want to see this off board again. So he goes in very late into the braking zone. I don't know.
Push me out, that's it.
I think it's too deep into the braking zone for Dunn to have gone for that move. It's after the 50-meter board he's gone for that maneuver. So that's a late lunge, and he's expected it not to happen. Yeah. Okay, in my book only, that's Dunn's fault.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Sami Megatunov, he was all out of shape. So that region, there was nothing he can do with the speed that he already had at that point. So yeah, quite wild stuff. Arvid Lindblad with the fastest lap of the race, of course, getting a DRS. Getting DRS all across this circuit at the moment as well. Very handy for him as they all get ready to stand on the power. And Montoya trying to get his foot down to try and make a move as well.
Capture's gone again on the thing, so I just restart it to come through. Bogdanovic 4 tenths behind now on Lindblad. So yeah, unfortunately, I do think that Bogdanovic is going to drop like a stone here. He's cooked his tyres to begin with too soon. Yeah,
and I wonder what that lockup has also done as well to Fornaroli, the one he had earlier on. Could open the door for Arvid Lindblad to have a bit of a charge as well. So could get a bit feisty, could get a little bit tasty. So I guess there's a few things to keep an eye on when it comes to that battle.
Trying to go for a manoeuvre. See what's what. What do you think's what?
Well, I think unfortunately for Megatunov, it doesn't look like the day will be continuing any longer, Stanek.
Did exactly the same to Megatunov. Yeah, copy that, mate. It has been reported.
Okay.
Oh, wow. We've got extra opinions coming in. We've got drivers reporting stuff as well about incidents they absolutely weren't involved in, but just giving us a bit of the extra commentary at the moment as well. So absolutely brilliant as the toe continues to be dished out into the first turn, and an overtake possibly coming in further back. That's Gabriele Mini, issue yesterday in qualifying, taking the place into the Retafilio chicane. By the time he hits the brakes and he's got past Jack Crawford there and taken P8, the final points playing position in this race.
There's the damage on the side of Megatunov. Side pod would have been knocked with the engine radiator covers as well, and just wouldn't have been possible to continue on. The side winds would have been going off like crazy inside the car. So that's a big disappointment, but not really that surprising, unfortunately, going into it. 9 times out of 10, that's just the way this cookie crumbles out there on the circuit. One thing I will say, Omi, is that this race it won't stop giving, will it? Because Fornaroli now leads on 164, Crawford 137, level with for sure, and Browning's on 125 points. So Fornaroli's just bouncing back from a poor qualifying to take maximum advantage in the sprint again.
Absolutely, it is mad, it is wild as well as we make our way down towards then the final corner. Parabolica will be, and then they get ready for a drag down towards the first turn, a push down towards the first turn. That's what they will be hoping for as well, and we will see whether Lindblad has got that opportunity, whether he has got the chance You've got 2 Red Bull Juniors running in the top 4 at the moment, and Dun and Mega Tunif, turn 1 incident will be investigated after the race. But we're going to have to wait for that one, and Jack Crawford is not going anywhere at the moment. He's really struggling, and that is another place gain, this time being taken by Pepe Marti.
Just sinking like a stone at the moment, isn't there? It's just this race, this will not stop. This is Richard Bashaw then on the onboard. He pulls to the inside line and moves ahead. Nice, as you said, on Crawford has now dropped down into 9th position. His Mini's got ahead of him as well. Victor Martins is coming to the pit lane, by the way, according to our timing monitors up here in the commentary box. So Victor Martins, something's gone wrong with him. His track temperature is at 44.1 degrees though. Air temperature 25.9. Martins now comes out of the pit lane. He spent 46 seconds in there, according to our computers. So he's now rejoined this race pace at the front. I'll let Omi know that in about 3 minutes he'll have to take over as well on streaming. And we'll continue with TV pictures and I'll go swap them back to the end of the race. But right now, this is looking better and better and better.
It absolutely is. Looks like I'm going to have a mad finish to call in this race with how this one's looking at the moment, because they're all running so close together. And, you know, Formula 2, late finishes, we've had quite a bit of that. Not last year, though, in the sprint race or the feature race, because in one of them, Behrman brilliantly controlled it. In another, it was absolutely fantastic from last to first for Bortoletto, who then also went on to dominate the race from that point onwards, showing that he had the pace to win it, even without the help of the safety car 1 year ago as well.
Desperately trying as more side by side further back as Browning and Crawford doing battles. Crawford's going to lose out a couple of places here because I think Rita Miata's going to slip through on the inside line as well. Is Montoya going to try and take 2 into 1 as Miata stays around the outside and keeps it on the tarmac, which is very nicely done, coming through down to Dalla Roggia. But Montoya's got the inside line, so yeah, fortunately for Crawford, he too falling victim to issues in this race. Tyre blisters already after 13 laps are insane, as they're all desperately trying to change up with critical weather and critical conditions. But that's the way, unfortunately, it goes sometimes in motor racing. As it's lap 13 of 21, we've completed 12 in total. Still got more actions to go, they say, from Alexander Dunn.
I've got damage, so this is bad. Okay, copy. We need to finish the race. We need to finish the race for any penalty. Yeah, no worries.
Someone's locked up there down to the braking zone at Ascari. Didn't quite see who it was who got thrown up in the air, but all looking good as they've all kept going, as Bogdanovic defending hard against Oli Goethe, coming through the parabolica. And just loading up the inside line as well. Down we go once more. Is your OBS all working, Omi? Is it all good?
Yes.
Is that what you're fighting? I thought you might be. As they come through. Bogdanovic defends that inside line. Round the outside comes Oli Goethe. Superb move! But has he got it right? No, he cuts across the track and he spun it! He spun it back across, and there's going to be cars coming down into the braking zone into him. And Oli Goethe has gone for a little spin through the grass, and now he's going to come back on the circuit with the cars right next to him. And he's dropped down into around about 16th position. Gets on the gravel, accelerates too hard, the rear spins around, then he's just stuck in the gravel.
Yeah, huge disappointment for him as they continue to make their way through. Crawford's losing another place. He's really struggling. Esterson this time takes the place. And Dunn, while he may have all the damage, while he may be really struggling, he wants another overtake and he wants to get past Crawford.
Right, I'm going to number 8, Omi, if that's where you are. And I will, you can start the stream, and I will stop the stream and hand over to you, and I'll go change TV pictures as well, ready for you. As we take a look at a replay coming down the back straight away as well. This is the replay down to turn 1 of Oli Goethe.
It is indeed. And yes, very tight stuff and unfortunate stuff for Goethe as he went round.
Yeah, just looped it, lost the rear, and at that point there was absolutely nothing you can do, no traction at all. Okay, let's head back to Omi.
Yep.
Okay, let's head back to Omi. Go for it.
And you should hopefully be with us now up here in the commentary box as well, as Vashaw trying to make a move on Roman Stanek as well. So there's a battle going on at the moment between those two drivers. So dramatic stuff as they were making their way through into that part of the circuit. We'll get the volume all sorted up here in the commentary box as well, as they all fight their way through. Just going to lower the track audio so everyone isn't being deafened at the moment. But it is Fornaroli, Lindblad, Beganovic, and then we find ourselves with Dirksen and Stanek, our top 5 at the moment, as well as they currently continue to make their way through out there on the circuit. Just going to get the camera back loaded for us, as well as switching from Discord, of course, to OBS. So I'll just quickly get that all working for you. Now we should hopefully have it when I switch over to the camera screen. Hello everyone, welcome up here in the commentary box as we continue this race, and Lindblad's on the radio. Lindblad being instructed that it is time for him to go chase down and close in his rival. His rival being, of course, Leonardo Fornaroli. Lindblad closing in with the slipstream. Fornaroli knows he has to defend. We have a battle going on all the way till the end of this race. And we currently make our way through then down towards the first corner. And it'll be Fornaroli who will maintain the advantage at the moment. Stanek just staying ahead as well. So Stanek being able to stay ahead of Vashaw, that is. So that's a battle going on as Vashaw tries to recover in this race as well. We should hopefully have everything up and working. This is the first time that I am using this Jason. We've had a switch around and everything that has come in. So we've got all of these new systems and settings as well to work with and to play with at the moment. Okay. This race continues then. It's very tight further back as they currently continue to race their way by. Just replying to Josh Roberts as he of course gets ready for this switchover. A little bit hectic, but we're just doing the switchover as he goes over and covers the MotoGP while I take the remainder of this FIA Formula 2 sprint race and Formula 2 sprint race. That all is still to be decided. It is all still to be fought for, and that is what we love about the FIA Formula 2 Championship. When the races go all the way till the end, let us know in the chat who you are cheering on and who you are supporting at the moment as well. Lindblad currently fighting his way through and trying to see whether there's a possible chance for him to take on another win. Of course, a reminder to you about the fact that we've got a scenario this season where Formula 1 is looking at Lindblad. Red Bull looking at Lindblad, deciding where to possibly put him. And that's the main thing. That's the key thing. It's really all still to play for him as we head into the first turn. No overtaking opportunity when he gets on the brakes into the Retifilia chicane. So he'll have to wait. He'll have to stay in behind. Further back, that is Stanek, having to get his elbows out up against Vashaw. Vashaw will stand on the power, boot it hard out of the opening turn, and then we'll see whether the slipstream can just drag him in enough to make a move. Vashaw, the driver who's third place in the championship behind Jack Crawford, behind our championship leader and race leader Leonardo Fornaroli. Vashaw much more later into that braking zone. He will send it through the chicane as well. Fantastic stuff as they fight their way by. MP Motorsport are left looking on to this scene. Luke Browning, meanwhile, continues on as well. And he saw a moment up ahead for Villagomez. It was Villagomez who found his way with an issue. So that is not the sight. That is not what he wanted at all. We have 20 retirements in this FIA Formula 2 sprint race at the moment. It has been a race where we have avoided all the technical failures that we saw yesterday as well. Oh, and there's one in the background. Esterson with a moment And that is the commentator's curse, because that is a technical issue. That is smoke from the rear of the car. And that'll be disappointment. That'll be huge disappointment. Meanwhile, Vishal trying to make the move. We could be heading to a safety car. We could be heading to a Vishal overtake. Into the first turn. Stanek stays ahead. Parks the car brilliantly. Vishal will try get the line, to get the traction, to get the speed, to try and go and chase down his rival. Let's see whether he can do it. Vishal through Curva Grande. Absolutely flat out. Being right now hurried as well by the team surely on the radio. Into the pit lane we go with Goethe. Goethe's come in. Think that was to be expected. We've got a right now intervention in the race. There we go. Virtual safety car is deployed. Apologies. Timings momentarily weren't working. There we go. All updated for you now. Mid-race changes can just cause a little bit of issues. We make our way through VSC out there on the circuit. We'll see whether it gets upgraded to a full safety car. As I can still see the smoke still all over the place from that failure. Formula 2 used to having those type of failures, of course. Unfortunately, it's what we get. And we do hope that they do get improved. Oh, looks like we've got some track sound coming our way as well now. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Lap number 19 out of 21, reacting to the virtual safety car is so important. And Lindblad and Fornaroli will be running close together at the moment. Lap number 19 out of 21. This is where the race can be decided. And we're going to get ready to hopefully see some fantastic racing continue here at the Temple of Speed at Monza. Our location for this FIA Formula 2 round of the championship. Green flags are out. We're racing once again. Good restart for Fornaroli. Good restart for Richard Vachon, because he's trying to make a move around the outside into the second chicane. And finally, the move comes in and the Dutch driver goes on by. And that is great recovery from him. From 14th on the grid to P5. And he'll be delighted with that one. If you are Arvid Lindblad, you've got to use the DRS. You've got to close in. Opportunities are going. We're about to head on to the penultimate lap of this F2 sprint race. Arvid Lindblad, who has found himself as a contender a few times this season. He would absolutely love a third win of his campaign. Fornaroli looking to also get himself to what would be a third win of FIA Formula 2 in 2025. Two rookie drivers, two drivers who've come over from FIA Formula 3. And two drivers that are fighting for it as well at the moment. As they make their way through. Out there on the circuit. Nothing that Arvid Lindblad could do there. So he's still stuck in behind. But as I mentioned, this is the penultimate lap. We're on our way to a victory for Leonardo Fornaroli. And a win that would mean so much to driver. Along with the team as well. The Invicta squad who won here with Gabriel Bortoletto 1 year ago. A last to first contest. Today it will be another winter saver. A win from third on the grid. Does Lindblad have the chance? Does Lindblad have the opportunity as they make their way towards Ascari? Is he going to be able to get close enough? This is vital in the context of who wins this FIA Formula 2 sprint race. They will make their way through. There's nothing at the moment. Oh, Lindblad's wide. Lindblad's wide. And that is going to blow the opportunity. That's going to blow the chance. Unless there's anything extraordinary. Unless there's a mistake from the Italian driver in the lead. Here at the Italian Grand Prix, it should be a win heading the way of Leonardo Fornaroli. we make our way on to the final lap. 1.1 second. And he has done it absolutely perfectly. Incredible stuff. As I mentioned, we are on this final lap of this race. Who's got a chance to make a move? One Invicta in the lead. Stanek is trying to make the move though in P6. He's chasing down Vashor. So he's trying to fight back when it comes to that position. Beganovic has got a 5-second penalty for a VSC infringement. Down the inside, getting close. Browning very nearly with contact. As up the inside, at least attempted to come Pepe Marti. He couldn't get there. As they will make their way through Curva Grande. Of course, soon we're going to be seeing the winning moment come in play for Leonardo Fornaroli as well. And he'll be absolutely delighted with that one. And the penalty for Beganovic will mean Dirksen will move up through. Absolutely incredible stuff. Pepe Marti also just trying to contend when it comes to that position. Bedina Beganovic on his way through. And Fornaroli on his way to win the contest as well. Well, Leonardo Fornaroli about to head to the Parabolica, the corner where in 2024 he made the move to win the FIA Formula 3 Championship. In 2025, it will be a third win in FIA Formula 2. The championship leader will extend his championship lead. Leonardo Fornaroli wins his home race. What a performance to hold off Arvid Lindblad, who's in second, and Dino Beganovic will take third on the road. But when the penalty is applied, Dirksen at Monza is on the podium once again. Vashor goes from 14th on the grid to finish in 4th. Stanek's in 5th. Beganovic's penalty sees him finish in 6th. And then it's Mini, Browning, Marti, Montoya. That is your top 10. And those are the absolutely fantastic sides. But the Terminator has done it once again. There's a reason why he's called out by his team boss. Fornaroli, a third win in Formula 2 2025. And he is really asserting himself with championship domination this year. Won't be able to get you the radio, but that was fantastic. I think you can understand the emotion. This is a man who waited so many days, over 1,000 days to win a race in single seaters. He won an Italian F4. He had to wait so long to win again, and then it came back to back. A win from Silverstone, taken to a win in Spa, now taken to a win at Monza, of all places. And as I mentioned, a driver who made the move at this Parabolica corner in 2024 to win the Formula 3 Championship. This year, he's made the move early on, and he's got himself and bagged himself one of the great results that you absolutely want to savour. A win in your home race. It just feels so much to the driver, to the team, and that'll be so deserved. Well, you've got the Italian flags. You've got the Paraguayan flags as well. Dirksen bringing the whole community together. I mean, when you get on the podium last year and get phone calls with the president, I think it's very clear of how much Dirksen's podiums, Dirksen's achievements mean to the country, because he is, as we've mentioned a few times in commentary across this year, he is basically carrying the hopes of a nation, is Josh Dirksen at the moment. And you know, when you have one driver doing it, it can create a whole window of other talents getting inspired. And that is what he's doing. He is inspiring them at the moment. Well, Italian driver winning. And the fans, of course, here to support Ferrari later on. But right now, they're about to hear their own national anthem, the Italian national anthem. That is what you absolutely want to see and love to see as well. The national anthem in full force. But Fornaroli, a deserved win, a great win, and one that will do his championship wonders quite a bit. Jack Crawford with surely some issues today, considering how much he dropped down. He's going to lose points. Richard Vachor will lose points as well. But, I mean, it was a tough weekend for Fornaroli originally. He's managed to take a win. We'll see what he does tomorrow, where, of course, he'll be starting in 8th position. So, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes for Fornaroli. But for now, that's tomorrow. Today is the Invicta driver putting his steering wheel back in the car, climbing out, and giving the thumbs up as our race winner. What a moment for him. I mean, he's getting used to now winning races, isn't he? 3 wins. We were either going to be heading to 3 wins for Lindblad or 3 wins for Fornaroli. And it was Fornaroli's day. What we are heading to, though, is another podium for Joshua Dirksen. I mean, we just cut to him. He's celebrating like he's won the race. It's remarkable. But that's what the effect that Dirksen has. And, you know, today I don't think he would have believed that there was a chance. So I think he's just happy to get back up there after a bit of time away. Paraguayan flag being pointed at by the man himself. Wow, incredible. That is the motorsport emotions that we love. That is what we love to see. And Bruno Michel congratulating Dirksen and Fornaroli, congratulating each other as well. Lindblad also getting the pat on the shoulder by Bruno. Arvid Lindblad with a good result today. That's another podium, and that's exactly what he would have wanted. 7th in our Drivers' Championship, of course, had a DSQ from the Spa feature race, which we thought for a bit that he won. But realistically, that was one of the great days for him. But before that, it has to be Catalonia. The win that he had there just meant so much to driver and to team, I am sure. In Park Ferme, he will pose to get the picture. The fantastic picture. Another one added to the collection. He'll pick it up, get all the images possible. Yeah, let's not settle for one. Let's get every single one that is possible. And I think he'll be delighted with that. He'll be absolutely delighted. We review the moment he came across the line, and he could call himself the race winner. And that is what we love. That is what we love in this championship, to see those moments early on. Junior career victories, you have a lot of them, but each one is really, really special, because you know as a driver, with every type of drive you put like this, you question each of those 10 team principles of why do we not have this talent in consideration. If you are already part of an academy, well, you're proving to the team about how much you deserve it. And, well, you help your chances for the future. And that's exactly what they will be doing as well. Okay, let's try see whether we can get some podium. Let's see whether we can try get some podium audio. Just remembered, we've got to switch this around as well for the battle screen at the moment. But drivers then discussing in the cool down room. We'll see whether I can do some magic and get you guys some podium audio, because we absolutely love some podium audio. I am sure of it. As they make their way through. But a delightful podium, a delightful race, I'm sure, for all of our contenders at the front of the field. Top 3 together. The Italian national anthem, I mean, never gets old, does it? We want to make sure that we try bring it to you, unless Sky decide to cut off it. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. We would love to be able to get you the Italian national anthem. It's special at Monza, at the Italian Grand Prix weekend. I mean, I was asking the question in Freca. I was covering Frecker before this. You can catch all the action for that on JBMotorsports too. I was asking the question on would we get possibly an Italian winner across any of the racing this weekend, whether it be F2, whether it be F3, or the Porsche, or the Formula 1 itself. So just been just getting the drivers come out onto the podium. Hopefully we can just quickly get you the audio for the podium. We're trying our best, everybody. We're doing our best to try get you the audio. Okay, here we go. We will hear the Italian national anthem. Hopefully. We're doing it as quick as possible, everybody. Hopefully we'll have it for you. Formula 2. Doing my best, everybody. Should hopefully have it. Come on, let's hope it works. Could we even get in for a bit of it? I don't think it's working, unfortunately. Don't think it's working. Oh, what a shame. What a shame, letting us down at the moment. It's let us down. That's a shame. Any stream working? Could you have the Spanish stream, the Italian stream? Any of which? Oh, doesn't look like. Doesn't look like as well. Okay. Don't think we'll get it. Oh, the Italian national anthem. It would have been a joy to hear. Would have been such a joy to hear. We're not going to get to have it though. Oh, well that was fantastic. Okay, I think we can wrap it up then in that case. We tried getting you the podium, but fortunately it wasn't to be. Let's run you through the results then. Leonardo Fornaroli won the race. It was Arvid Lindblad in second and Josh Dirksen took third. Then it's Verschoor in fourth, Stanek in fifth, Beganovic in sixth, Mini in seventh, Browning in eighth, Marty in ninth, and Montoya took 10th. Dunn in 11th, Miato in 12th, then it was Villagomez, Bennett, Shields, Crawford, Cordeal, Goethe, Martins, Esterson, was a retirement along with Megatuniv, and Kirschmany. Huge disappointment for him, and I'm sure a huge disappointment for all of those who cannot call themselves point scorers. A Lando Norris move on the podium, getting the celebration started, even spraying our camera down there. Incredible. Well, my thanks to Joshua Birch for earlier on in the day. We'll be back in the FIA Formula 2 Championship tomorrow for the feature race, and we hope to have your company there when Formula 2 runs its Grand Prix event of the weekend. We'll see you there. Goodbye.